Nobody was talking about gifts. And then the pocket watchers of MessyTok, you can identify them very easily when they start talking about that moral compass, because they know good and goddamn well they don't have one. But they feel like if they can pull on the heartstrings of morality, is that right? Is that just? Is that fair? That's a pocket watcher. That's a pocket watcher. They don't give a goddamn about no fucking morality and dragging and talking about children, because they do it they goddamn selves if they had a chance. They care about how much money you're making, and they want to make it themselves. So the only people that disrupt MessyTok and MessyTok's rhythm, right? Recappers, the people being messy, the streamers, the recruiters, people who bring in a newer audience. The only people who fuck up the rhythm is people who pocket watch. And the moment that pocket watchers get clocked sooner, the better off MessyTok as a collective will be. The moment you recognize what they're doing and immediately get the fuck out of here. Because you're here to clock pockets. You're not here to be messy. You're not here to stick up for so-and-so. You're not here to cuss this person down. You're not here to have a private live stream and collect subscriptions to drag this person and show your text message. You're not here to do that. You're here to play moral compass, to play Superman, Superwoman, because you're pocket watching. But the moment their pockets fill, they immediately shut the fuck up. They immediately shut the fuck up, but it's too late because you lose key characters in MessyTok. You're losing key people in MessyTok. I could name 20 people who walked away from MessyTok who would be strong ass live streamers. You know what I mean? Because of pocket watching. Because of pocket watch. I talk about that all the time. I was like I got busy. My Facebook was getting fucking hacked, but at the same time though too, I noticed, and I always talk about them. Like, I notice when people pocket watching me, and I always tell people all the time, I make my money on Facebook. Whatever you see flying across the screen is not going to pay my rent like you think it's going to pay my rent. Is not going to pay my car insurance like you think it's going to pay my car insurance. It's not going to do these things. But people who are so obsessed with what you make, they can't see past the gifts. I wish TikTok would get rid of that shit. I wish they would make gifts silent. You know what I mean? That only the streamer could see. I wish they would stop showcasing what the fuck you making so you could get to the program, because pocket watchers gonna do it every time. They are. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I can watch a statement. They're telling me to ask some juicy, messy questions, but I ain't gonna spring too much on you. I'm just hanging out, you guys.
Go ahead, Braid.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Child, no, because I don't know how messy I can get. I haven't even been able to study your platform just all the way fully. I don't know how much of my enemies in here. Child, I don't know who all down there. If they go they gonna be mad. Yeah, the ops might be in here. Child, I asked a question about diamond. They gonna start dropping diamonds in the fucking chat. I don't know.
You can ask questions. You can ask questions. Don't worry about it. I can cut the comments off. I won't cut the comments off, but I can. Ask your questions. Heartbreaker waiting for them messy cash apps. They coming in. Don't you worry.
Are you here?
Deliver short drive-through.
How messy should we get it? Too much.
To the 33rd degree, Freemason.
Tap the screen, you guys. There's 1,800 of you in here. I'm just now noticing it. Tap the screen. Share the live. Like Braid said, don't come in here with ashy heart me's, right? You call them ashy. Don't come in here with ashy heart me's. Help me close. My live going even closed. So I guess as soon as Braid asked the question, we said clear out my live goal.
Go with the diamond route. Would you say that you guys ever did have a falling out?
As soon as my live goal is hit, I'm gonna answer that question.
Yeah, I want to know if there was ever a falling out.
I will, and okay, I'm gonna answer.
And I'll elaborate a little bit. We felt some tension. We've seen some push and pull. We've seen some distance and some separation and stuff. We've heard some sly comments on both sides of the field. So I want to know, was there ever a time that y'all maybe had some distance? Because I did hear you say that y'all just talked on the phone.
We text. We're in a group chat. Me and Diamond and Petty. We traveled together a few times. So we obviously have a group chat.
Nosy Petty Diamond.
Yeah, because we travel together. You guys know we travel together. Don't act dense, Braid.
Now you're all right. We gonna see them messages. So, that was fast. Well, go ahead, dear.
Now, what was the question?
women ever have maybe a falling out, maybe distance between each other, or maybe, was there any turmoil between you two from your perspective?
From my perspective, well, I didn't go to the gala. And there was a burner account there. If you, I don't know what time you got here, but there was a burner account in here using capital letters and spamming the chat asking me about the gala, which I thought was interesting because the gala was in September of 2024. We are currently in June of 2025. So for a burner account to come in here and ask about the gala, I thought that was a little suspicious. Now,
Like June is it today?
today is June 1st.
So they've been in here asking today.
They were asking today. I screenshotted it. I screenshotted the username because I recognize the username.
Okay. Let's get into it.
So I thought that was interesting. I think that's interesting. That's like me asking BraidKing about him braiding somebody's son's hair back in January of 2023.
Right.
It's like that's unusual.
So interesting, as in, okay, and when you're familiar with the person's username. Who are you familiar with it being?
Who do I know who owns it? I'm not going to disclose who owns it.
No, Nosy, we're supposed to be extracurricular
Yeah, we
messy.
put that shit on the floor. Or can you just tell us the
Hey,
username?
now.
Tell us the name then, if you won't tell us whose it is.
Let's just start
I had
with-
to go through my things, but it was like, let me go through my text because
Girl, you know what the fuck it is. What's that name on that account, child?
Oh, they said it was the account that came up in my panel clapping their ass today. That person do that every day for me.
It wasn't that same user account, was it?
Is it, y'all?
The name was you ain't gonna do shit. All capital letters.
I know that page. You ain't gonna do shit.
Yes, it is. That's the one that be making their booty clap.
Are
Yeah,
you
it
sure?
is. It's not the same, y'all?
It's not the same. There's two. You ain't
I
gonna
don't
do
think
shit.
they said it's not the same.
Okay. It's not. They saying it's not the same.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
not
this-
Susu, y'all.
It's not
Susu wouldn't give a fuck about no damn gala either.
The fuck?
She would ask a messier question than that.
way
We're
messy. Way messy.
That is not her.
So yeah, so that I just thought it was unusual because again, I don't want to brag, but you guys know I have a degree in political science, which focus on research and analytics, mainly focusing on analytics. So I analyze anything that people say, and I know I'm dyslexic, but I can read comments really fast. So when someone spams,
Oh, never mind. They said it was the page that's from today. So that's one of my people that be coming up in my panel making their butt clap every day to make me laugh. So it's the same one.
I don't think it's the page. The page name that goes to your page that does that. This, I don't think this is them.
Y'all send it to Messy Mail. Do y'all have a screenshot? If so, send it to Messy Mail.
It is a messy mail, please. Jason knows the answer to the question. Okay, so what was the question?
It's not gonna be evaded. I'm going to get the answer.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Can you ask the question again?
Did
Because
you
I know they
and
scream.
Diamond ever have a falling out? Was there ever any distance between you guys? Behind the scenes, was there ever any distance? You know, you didn't go to the gala. You were starting with that, so you didn't go to the gala. And what's up with that? The truth.
I did. Now I don't know if you guys know this, but it's all over YouTube. Like I posted a whole YouTube as to why I didn't go to the gala.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I was really clear. Like I just felt like there was a lot of stuff surrounding. Do you guys remember? Okay, we're gonna take a walk back. So at the time that happened, Dime had reached out to me like, "Hey, I got uninvited from the gala." So I reached out to Diamond and I said, "Well, what's going on?" And Diamond, she was, she didn't answer the text back. So I called her and I was on the phone with her and I basically asked her, "Well, what's going on?" Cause Diamond reached out to me cause, Diamond's like, "What's going on?" How anybody would. If Heartbreaker hosted an event, I went, she uninvited me and sent me my money back. And I know that she's tight with Braid. I'm gonna reach out to Braid, right? Like, hey, what's happening? So I reached out to Diamond and I asked, like, what's happening? And I was like, I think I asked, again, it's in the YouTube video, just watch the YouTube video. But I think I said in like, I can't remember what her answer was, but it was something to the effect.
And you asked her like, "Hey, I'm wondering, because we're friends, I feel like
Yeah,
I have
like,
that
what's
type of
the
rapport
issue?
with her.
She told me
Why
about-
Dion can't go to the gala?" And she
she told
said
me-
she felt like she didn't have to tell you that.
Yes. Oh, so everybody watched that YouTube
Like she
video.
didn't have. HB came back and told us because they said that was the YouTube video where you said we was the scum of the earth.
I did not say you guys were the scum of the earth. I did not say
No,
that.
that's what HB said. HB came back and said that you said that.
You lying.
lying.
you
I never
came
said
back to
that.
this
A
app
lot of
and you
people.
said,
You lie,
Let
right?
me
Because your
hold on,
friends
hold on,
know
Bree.
me.
don't
Let
be
me clear
scared
this
now.
up too, because a lot of people
Don't
try
be
to
scared
attribute.
now.
Let me try to clear this up too, because a lot of people try to attribute that I said, "Oh, everybody on TikTok was bottom of the barrel." I never said that. I never said that in regards to the whole of TikTok. At the time when I was leaving TikTok, when I was going through all that shit with when I was going through all that shit with Facebook and trying to get my fucking page back, and then I had all these pocket watchers basically trying to drive come on, I knew what was happening. I know exactly what's going to happen when there is no one else to pick on. People start to take issue with whoever's next. I was next, and I was like, I'm not going to let that happen, because one, I don't make enough money to be next, right? And two, I noticed that there was a select few people who were pocket watching me so bad they were making it just hard to do a recap. Like anytime I would start a recap, people would just go live and just be like, "Oh, nosy," and I was like,
Could you give us the name? Was it us two in the box? You could tell us the truth, and we're friends.
No,
with
it wasn't y'all. It definitely wasn't y'all, because y'all was in the middle of y'all own tussles that I was recapping. So it wasn't y'all. It was just like when you're next. Y'all know what it's like when a person's next. When you're next, you're next. It doesn't matter what the whole scope of being next is. You're just next. And I just felt like there was just a lot going on, and I was just like, my anger was really toward a certain group of people. That it was not the whole. And if it was for the whole of TikTok, I'm going to send my apologies, because that's not what I meant. And I'm pretty sure it was taken out of context. And if it was not taken out of context and it was just worded poorly, then that's on me. That is my apology to the whole of an entire sector of TikTok, which I find entertaining. So I apologize. And it's not, "Oh, I'm sorry how you took it." It's not, "I'm sorry how you took it." The whole of TikTok took it how they took it. So my apology, right? But I knew what was happening, and I want to go into further detail, but I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. There's more to that story. There's way more to that story. So I'm going to just hold my tongue for now, because I saw some stuff today. Let me just say that I saw some stuff today, that I'm just in there. I just saw some stuff today that I was like, you know what? I got you.
You tell us, please, Nosy.
What
What
did
do we
you
have to
see?
do?
No, I'll hold on to it. Trust me, it'll be my doomsday. So yeah, it'll be my doomsday.
Clock
I
in.
don't give a fuck if the subs is $100.
So
I'm a
when
borrow that
I
shit to
do
somebody and I can watch
my doomsday,
Why you? She
when I
got
do
so
my
excited.
doomsday.
She said, "HB, get help, okay? That should not have done that to you.
So
You
back
need
to the
help."
question. So do I feel like me and Diamond had a falling out? Not really, because I feel like Diamond is my travel friend. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like at a certain age, like you don't attribute like being like this to people. You understand what I mean? Like I was never a panelist on Diamond's morning show. I was never, you understand what I'm trying to say? I was never like, I'm locked in. So it was never like that. It was always, "Oh, hey, you want to go take a cruise here? Oh, you want to go to the Caribbean here? Oh, my birthday's here. Let's go to Miami." It's always been, so our level of friendship has always been, in my opinion, been maintained the same. Now, did I feel like there was a slight thing? Yeah, because I felt like I wanted to know more about the uninviting of Dime. But that's, again, that was a business decision that had nothing to do with me. So was I overstepping my bounds as a friend? Yeah, probably was. Like it was none of my business. And if you understand what I'm trying to say? Like I was just overstepping my bounds. That's like somebody asking me about my business, like my personal nosy bystander business. And then I'd be like, "Okay, you're overstepping your bounds," right? So I never felt that way, because I'm like, if I want to go and travel, I'm going to call my travel girlfriends, because that's what we're going to do. So it was never that. So that's how I feel about that. So do I feel like there was a rift between? No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all, because again, our level of friendship is what it is. Like I have a good friend of mine, my friend Danny. She's probably in the comments now. I got a good friend of mine, Danny, now, and we travel, but we also she's like my dinner friend. She's like my Los Angeles dinner friend. Like we just, anytime we're in LA, we just go to dinner. That's our thing, So if I say, "Oh, Danny, you didn't go on this cruise with me," I wouldn't be like, "You're a bad friend," or our friendship has falters. Like we never did that. So you understand what I mean? Am I making sense? You get the
Complete sense. So, do you consider Diamond to be your friend?
I do.
Do you think Diamond considers you to be her friend?
I do. Yeah.
Have you ever heard Diamond say she doesn't have friends on the app?
Yeah, but it's different because we've met in person. So I'm not an app friend. I'm a
You've met a lot of people in person from the app.
I never heard her say that. So can you send
You
me?
did it? You want me to ask you how many times she's ever said it?
Can you send me?
They not gonna lie to you.
Can you send me a clip?
You guys, has Diamond ever said that she don't got friends on the app? Common cousin.
Yes, she did.
Nosy, I done got real good at this shit.
Can you send me, can you send me a clip?
JJ's to go find the clips and shit. I'll ask Ashley if she can do that shit. She can do the clip finder shit, but the common cousins is telling you the truth. Look down there.
I'm not looking.
Look.
Screen. I'm not answering no more questions. I will. I'll answer.
Okay, we'll get off of Diamond. We can move. I still got
She
some
said
more.
she ain't never.
You can ask
She ain't
whatever.
never had no real friend on that app.
You can
Okay.
ask me whatever questions you like.
Okay, good. So we're gonna jump next gears. We're gonna switch to another friend, Petty Row.
Okay.
So are you aware of the things that Petty Row has done to me?
I am not. No. I just know about the ski trip. That's all I know.
HB, can you give her a rundown of what happened, and then maybe we can get her opinion on it and see what she thinks?
Yes, 1 second. I'm pouring my liquor in my KFC cup. So, Petty was invited as a cast member on thank you.
Now I know
You
that.
too.
I'm aware of that.
The hot sauce on the chicken.
Wait for your poppers. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I almost reached your right off.
It's all right. I would have been back. So
My girl's move is slow on me.
it's okay. Thank you, baby.
Here you go, baby.
I appreciate it. All right. I be having them put my chicken legs and my chicken thighs in the hot sauce. You know they can dip it, right? Nosy, if you come to KFC, they put the hot sauce on the chicken.
They do?
But, so, whatever hot sauce you want. So, honey too. Shit. So, she was a cast on Braid's reality show, The Kingdom
Yes.
House. Or maybe I just made a name for it, my damn self. So, what had happened was the whole time she was there, this motherfucker's under the bed and shit stealing footage.
Oh.
And on the staircase behind the rails, she's stealing footage. So with that footage, when she got back, okay, and I'm talking about majority of the footage that she exposed was the exclusive footage, right? The footage that people would have been waiting to see. She put it on her YouTube channel for the people to go and watch and didn't see anything wrong with it. On top of that, had him pay her extra as a cast member because she felt like she brought more to the show. What? I don't know. That motherfucker was a spy. And that's pretty much it. So everybody, anything big that came out of his show, she has already exposed it. She has already showed it. She put it on her YouTube channel.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Gosh, I didn't know that. I knew she was in the house because I was watching the footage with you guys. But I didn't know about the released footage and the extra. You said she got paid extra. I didn't know anything about that. I'd have to actually.
So 2 questions. How do you feel about that? And how would you deal with somebody that would have done something like that to you?
Well, can you tell me why?
What would be their consequence?
Can you? Is there a reason as to why it was released? Like, did something happen before it was released?
No, nothing led up to it.
Let me help her with that one. Nosy, what she said was when we asked her why did she release the footage that she secretly recorded, she said because she's a grown-ass woman and she could do what she wants to do. That was her reason, because she wanted to.
Was there a fallout?
The fallout was because of her leaking of footage.
The Colorado trip, or the not promotion or money, potentially not getting paid $700 extra and getting paid $350 extra.
So the Colorado trip was the fallout. Why did you fall out with Petty Row about the Colorado? Okay, so I know that, I know at the time when I called you, you were upset because you weren't invited to the Colorado trip, but I thought that was with Diamond. I knew Petty Row was there, but how did that transcribe? How did Petty Row get in it if you were upset with Diamond about the Colorado trip?
Petty Row was upset because I hadn't returned her phone calls, I think.
And does a falling out matter? Because even if I fall out with somebody, business is business. And if I'm under a contract and I'm not supposed to be sharing any type of nothing with anybody, even if I had footage, that's for me. I have to wait until the show airs and then I can share that. So at that point, it doesn't matter if they had the biggest falling out in history. There's still a contract in place that I feel like they should still have to abide by.
Okay.
I
agree. No, I agree. So how do I feel about that? It's hard to tell you how I technically feel because I don't really know all the details of it, but I mean, it's wrong, right? To release especially like, I mean, that's exclusive footage, right? That maybe BraidKing wanted to release during a reunion or however it was edited into the scenes. Like, no, I think it's probably not good, you know?
To that, Nosy, an NDA was in place. How would you have dealt with Petty Row had you be Braid in this situation?
I mean, I would have been upset. I don't really know how I would react. Probably like pretty volatile. At least me, I have a really short fuse and a bad temper. That's why being online when I get angry is it's bad for business. So, yeah, I probably would have a pretty short fuse. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'd be pretty upset. Say that again.
Would you sue her?
No, because it costs more money to sue than anything, right? So I would just try to recoup it back, right? Because I'm a content creator, so I would recoup it back vis-a-vis content, right?
But you wouldn't sue her for the principal, at least.
That would cost money, right?
Okay, so my next question, when you were going to sue Tea Time for the situation, what were you going to sue for then? Like, was there going to be like did your attorney assure you like a nice outcome, or was that just going to be like for the principal at all?
So now that's an interesting take, right? Because at the time, she was dragging my company name, right? That's different.
They did that to me too. They were saying I ain't shit.
Right.
Never like shit, bitch. I ain't shit.
Yeah, she said that he was on drugs and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, all that happened.
Said some more shit. Started calling me perk your car.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lots of information.
She called me pill popper.
Lots of information come in. Okay, so she was suing. It wasn't just the releasing of the footage. You're alleging that it was your entire brand as a whole.
Defamation. Yes.
Okay, so would I sue? Yeah, right? Because then it would be principal. Although I would be losing money because there would be no way to recoup it back. The only way you're going to recoup it back would be through two avenues. If the person is a content creator, you would just put an injunction on their TikTok page, right? So anytime they made a gift, anytime they made a video that went viral that was in the creator fund, then the injunction will go straight to me. Or you would do it through their W-2 work, right? If they work a 9-to-5 job or whatever, then I would be able to garnish their wages. So if I thought that, and this is just me personally, if I thought that the person was making a substantive amount of money vis-a-vis TikTok, yeah, I would sue them. Like, okay, well, on average, this person's probably bringing in $3,000-4,000 a month. I could get that back, right? Or if I knew that they had a 9-to-5 job, okay, I'll garnish their wages. But if I felt like the person didn't make substantive amount of money online or didn't have a 9-to-5 job, then the way I would be able to recoup it back, and my personal take is, I would just retain a lawyer in the state that I think that they reside in, right? Because I've done it a couple of times. So retain a lawyer in that state, go over those out. And these are just what my attorneys tell me, right? I have an attorney in Florida too, my trademark attorney. So this is just what they tell you. Just retain us. We'll monitor and see what we can do. If we think that we can get back your retainer, we will. If we don't, we just sit on your retainer and we just file normal $300 fees annually. And that's really it. So
words you're saying, so in so many words you're saying, Petty Row is losing her house. She has completely lost her business because she couldn't pay to renew it for the taxes thing, the yearly thing. So it would be a waste of my time to sue Petty Row because her platform nor her would ever bring in what I feel like I would have lost. So it would be a waste of time. I would lose more money by spending money on my attorney to go after a broke Petty Row. Is that what you're saying in so many words? Nicely?
Yeah, in a nice way. I would, okay. The way that I would recruit it back.
Right.
At least my just desserts would be, I would just go
Let's
live.
start off by saying, yeah, you should have said no.
No, I would just say I would go.
Being honest, that's what I respect about Nosy.
I would just see if I could recoup that back by just going head to head, live stream for live stream, until I felt though I made a substantive amount of money to feel like I recoup my losses. So if a person's going live and saying crazy stuff about me after I've gone through the avenue of retaining an attorney in their county, in their state, and then the attorney's like, you're not really going to get much back, then I'm going to take my anger and I'm going to go head to head. I'm going to go live for live until I feel I've made enough subs back. I feel I've made enough gifts back. And if I took cash apps, which I don't, that I made enough cash apps back to where I feel like, well, then bitch, it's a dead end now. Now I done made everything I'm going to make off of arguing with you. I'm done. That's how I would look at it, right? If I feel like, okay, I'm done. I made what I made back. We're done here. That's how I would look at it, right? Because again, at the end of the day, your live stream is your business. So if I feel like somebody's slandering my business, well, if anything, I need to at least make some money back. Does that make sense? Thank you for the bouquet, Heartbreaker.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that's how I would feel. I feel like if I feel like I was recruiting that back, yeah, that's how I'm gonna recruit that back. You know?
Telling a half story. If there's any pushers in here that want to come up and give the other side,
Yeah, Petty Rose if Petty Rose still here, Petty, can you come up? Because I want to hear if you don't mind breaking down what happened.
cool. We cool now. We can
Okay.
get in a box together.
What's up, Cece? If she comes up, I'm more than happy to let Petty up because I want to hear the full story. You know, I wasn't around to hear all the little dicey details. You know, yeah.
Ooh wee.
Do you have any questions while we wait?
My messy ass do. Knowing what Petty has done to Braid, would you trust doing business with Petty in the future if it came to something like reality? Or would you be paranoid that she'll do the same to you, unwarranted?
Like a reality show, I would have to put I tried that out. I tried that avenue once. Would I try it again? It's hard to say because I don't know if I would do it again. Like now I'm kind of on this like influencer ship, flying influencers to different countries kind of kick. So it'd be hard to say, honestly. It would be.
Do you think that Derek should side eye her?
Who's Derek?
Damn it, Derek. She's doing business with him right now. Am I being too messy?
No, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, so no one does. But he is somebody who's...
Let me help. Damn it, Derek is very good. He's a good producer. He's helping Petty Rowe get her stuff off the ground. He's the one who filmed Genty's documentary and got it on Amazon and stuff like that. He's good with the video camera and he's good with editing. He's a producer and stuff. So he's pretty big on social media.
Well, I feel like everyone has, like, again, without knowing the full detail, unfortunately, Bray, without knowing the full details of why you and Petty did fall out. You say you guys are cool now, but why you did fall out, I can't say that other people shouldn't work with her because I've worked, I haven't worked with her before, but like in the sense of like, started a project and completed it. I haven't completed a project with Petty, but knowing her, traveling with her, hanging out with her, talking to her, like having dinners with her, like building a friendship with her, I can't not see myself working with her in the future if I had that opportunity again. So, you know what I mean? Maybe because I just have a closer relationship with her and I'm being biased. Obviously, I'm coming from a biased standpoint because she's my friend. So I can't say I would never work with her again because of what she did to Braid. I don't know the full details of what she did with you to be able to answer that question. Honestly.
Too, and what she did to Braid, she may not do to you because y'all do have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah. Braid, do you have any questions?
Keep asking because I'm just messy. You're eating this chicken and being messy.
I don't care. I mean, I feel like I'm answering them. Like, let's hear from the comment cousins. How do you think the interview is going? Oh, let me put up a poll. Do you guys mind if I put up a poll while you think of your next messy questions? I'll put up a quick poll and I'll ask a couple of questions. So comment cousins, smiley face for yes, sad face for no. Do you think I'm answering the questions to the best of my ability?
And you're very good at it. I
think you're being as real and as transparent as you possibly can.
I think you're,
they can't read
you're a
between
good
lines.
interviewer. You know how to answer questions really good. I think you know how to answer questions really good. I think you do.
I'm about to ask the comment cousins another question. Let HB finish her chicken. And you guys, please, if you can, when you're done voting for this one, please gift the interviewers. I feel like they're doing a really good job. I feel like they're being respectful and messy, which you guys like. They're not talking over each other. HB is even muting the mic when she's smacking. She's doing a fantastic job. I'm gonna also gift our panelist as well. Hold on, let me hit that recharge button real.
You gonna get to which crowd? They gonna be thinking we gotta gift our panelists so they come over here and let us stay. We good. Don't give us no gifts because they gonna be like,
give me his shit then.
Yeah,
I'll speak for me, nigga.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I forgot. She is gonna get the gifts. Thank y'all for the gifts too, you guys.
So yeah, now let me ask my next messy, or let me ask my next poll. Okay, I didn't realize I was walked myself into an interview. I should have just laid my black ass down. So the next question: smiley face for yes, sad face for no. Do you think that Heartbreaker and BraidKing are doing a good job at asking questions? Smiley face for yes.
Micah,
Sad face for no. Okay. Who said no? I'm gonna block you.
What was it? Hold on. How did you
Smiley face for yes, you're doing a great job. Sad face for no, you're not doing a good job.
You, Stacy.
Me and HB gonna get the right questions asked, child, and we gonna do it. We doing it nosy style too. We ain't doing too much because we be tearing up the streets. We trying to keep it, we trying to, walk.
See, they like it, so you're doing a good job. Okay, so you're doing a good job, and you're asking follow-up questions because you actually care. No tea, no shade to Chef Oxy. She just didn't give a fuck. Okay, so
I do have more questions. Ooh, I'm so messy. I got like 25.
okay, that's okay. I know they sending you them cash apps hot and heavy, huh?
Well, no, they ain't sending no cash app. Shockingly, they're not. Next question. Black Diamond. She decided to let go. And this is just your opinion, okay? She decided to cut MessyTok off, move them out of the way. She said she wanted to do something different. Since then, her platform has declined significantly, okay? From holding 3,000 people in the morning to 419 to be exact, the last few mornings. And she's even trying to be like a judge now, with a gavel and all that stuff. Do you think that was a smart decision from her management team? Or do you think that she should have stuck with what she had? Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Do you think that she should have let the MessyTok niggas do what they did because it was not affecting her directly? How do you feel about that?
There's going to be a long-winded answer, but it was a great question. So to go from, like you said on average 3,000 to, what'd you say, 400 and what? 400 and... Okay, so HB's lying. Well, it's a hypothetical then. So to have a larger audience to a smaller audience, which again, it's alleged. We don't know if it's true. They said you lying, HB. So
I ain't seen 3,000 people in Diamond Room no more. So I don't, unless they can come up here and show me otherwise, I don't give a damn if it's not 400. It damn sure ain't 3 no more. Ain't
so
even
let's
one.
Take Diamond's name out of it. Let's just say myself. Let's just say me. Okay. Let's say Nosy. Do you think it's beneficial to you to go from a larger audience to a smaller audience at the behest of basically your coins, right? Like you're losing your coins doing so. It's a little bit both. It's all of it's based off of your mental ability to be able to do it. Now, I've heard some people say, I'm not gonna name no names, say that some people leave MessyTok or they leave live streaming specifically because they can't hang, right? Which is not true, or which probably is true. No, it is true. I think it has a lot to do with your mental faculties. Can you mentally handle pressure when people are dogpiling you, or if they're just dogpiling your boxes and it just might be overwhelming? Should you take a step back? Yeah, because if you don't show up as yourself, then you're really not doing a benefit to your audience. And if your panelists are comfortable making their way to your live stream whenever they make their way, because I'm using myself as an example, to my live stream, and I just take a step back, or if I just say we're switching it up, we're doing something different, yeah, that could be detrimental. Now, it could be beneficial to my mental health, right? Because if it's making me crash the fuck out, then not crashing out might be beneficial to me, but it'll cost me, right? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, I feel better mentally because I'm not arguing with people. I'm not having to get sent clips from, recappers and live streams about me. But at the same time, though, it's affecting my money. And can I find another way to supplement my income? There are lots of ways to supplement your income with MessyTok, which won't affect your mental health. One, you need to diversify your platforms. If you're just primarily making your money on TikTok, that is crazy. You need to not only do the live streams here, do them on YouTube, do them on Facebook, right? Because they're going to at least insert ads that you'll be able to collect at the end of the month, right? Those ads add up, right? So that's also important too. So it's about just diversifying your money. If all your money is just crowded in one place and you decide to take a step back, you're going to fuck yourself up big time. Okay. You're gonna fuck yourself up big time. So, and Twitch too. Yeah. It's spicy. Twitch too. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, heartbreaker. Like if me, we're going to use myself as an example. If I took a step back, but it affected how many people watch my live stream, it probably good for my mental health, but bad for my income, And
my next question is, if, let's say we got into it, Nosy. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that. You already went over that. I was in here. I'm not going to do that. That's messy. I ain't going to do this next thing. It's messy too. It seems like the comment cousins is getting tired of me being messy. Right, you go ahead.
No, you can do it.
Go ahead. Why can't you ask them?
They are getting, there's only like 5 of them getting mad at, those are the mafia goers. They're starting to say you're obsessed with Diamond and then she's so happy without us and all of that stuff. But we're allowed to ask Diamond questions. Sorry, you guys. It's only 5 of them down there though.
Thank you, V. So are you familiar with the with Nitra's event that she had for her birthday?
Yes, I did not get I wasn't able to go, unfortunately, but I
But
was.
you did see a lot of the footage and a lot of the outcome and all of that. You seen how nice it was?
I only saw one clip that I was sent, but I didn't see the footage of her entire event. No, I didn't.
It was nice.
Aw, I'm so mad I didn't go.
Yeah, so a lot of lives did votes on whose platform had the best events all throughout TikTok, like all of them, and they voted FOE
Well, compared to what? What were they comparing it to?
to everybody's that has had an event so far. Kev's, everybody. It was good to me. So I have another question. Okay. Ooh, that's messy.
Ooh, I want to hear it.
Okay, tell me, is this shade or not?
Okay.
Shade or not, right? Roro's house, she had an unfortunate situation.
Roro?
All right, she had
Our Roro?
yes, she had a fire and she lost everything, right? She started over. Now Messy, I'm talking about TikTok, FOE, Mafia, all these people, they did their big one to help her get back what she could get back, all right?
Yeah, I didn't know.
They did a good job, okay?
Yeah.
But yes, she did. She did. Her and a lot of others lost their place.
Yeah.
So she had up her information for everybody to send to so that she can get help, right? She had it up in Diamond's Live.
Okay.
And FOE did their own thing, right? They went ahead and just to keep the money from moving all around, they just FOE sent to Nitra so Nitra can make sure to get directly to Roro. The Mafia supposed to send to Diamond so get directly, FOE, it made sense. Well, Nitra had accidentally got scammed. You know how easily it is to get scammed by the MoneyGram people, Western Union, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And so she had accidentally sent a significant amount of money to a different part of the country because I guess the callback was like some foreigner or whatever, and she got scammed. Well,
How much?
I forgot how much, but it was a big portion, right? And so Diamond
$3,000.
was live about $3,000.
Damn, that's a
4,500, maybe somewhere in that range.
Damn.
Diamond was live, and Diamond says, and they were talking about the money, and Diamond says, well, Nitra sent it to Cuba, to a Walmart in Cuba, Colombia. Now, I don't feel like that was our business, but that led to people questioning whether or not Nitra was scamming and stuff like that. Do you feel like that was our business?
To make the statement or to share that she got scammed?
To make the statement. She didn't even share that she got scammed. She just said, well, Nitra sent so-and-so money, a certain amount of money to Colombia, to Walmart in Colombia. And then just left it at that. No context or anything. And so after that, you know how MessyTok is. They started to say Nitra was scamming. Nitra had to go out of her way to prove that she didn't scam anyone, whatever. Because nobody asked Diamond that information. Do you feel like that's something that she could have left out? Or you think that was shade or a little bit?
Was it shade? Without having to hear it, unfortunately, I can't really say if it was shade or not. But, because shade comes with the tone of how you say something, right? If Diamond was just like, hey, you guys, oh my God, Nitra got scammed out of $3,000 and she sent it to Colombia, right? That could sound like a call to action to help recoup those losses that were accidentally sent. It all depends on how it was said. So without hearing how it was said.
It was said out the blue, we didn't ask for it.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me follow up. And I do want to ask this before I give the follow up. Somebody down there, one of the Mafia goers said, is this a Bash Diamond interview? I want to ask y'all, has anybody bashed Diamond in here? And me, HB, or Nosy, has anybody bashed Diamond that y'all have heard? Because I know I haven't. I know Nosy hasn't. And I don't think HB has. So just before I give her the clarification, is this a Bash Diamond interview? No. Nope. Perfect. We're all on the same page. Okay.
Okay.
They do that one thing. I just want to make sure we're good because this is not that. To follow up what HB saying, because I see it took me a second to understand. Diamond was live one morning, right? After they did the fundraising. They raised the money, let's say Wednesday. Let's say Thursday morning, Diamond was live trying to get in touch with Nitra. And she gave us information. She said, where's Nitra? She was ill. Diamond go live early. So she tried to call Nitra on the back end. Nitra didn't answer the phone. So she came back to the live and was like, where's Nitra? Can y'all get a hold of Nitra? They saying that she'd have sent the money to Colombia, the country, and not Colombia, the state. So that's what Diamond came on live and let us know. And Nitra was asleep. Nitra didn't even know the money, you feel me? She didn't really know about the situation until she woke up to a million calls, had to come to the live and explain herself. Because Diamond said, hey, the money went to Colombia. So from Diamond saying that, we all ran in the streets. It was a big situation. So she's asking a better question, not about shade. The detail about the money going to Colombia.
Can I ask
was
a
it
follow-up
necessary?
question?
Necessary
So
detail.
how was the money sent? Like Cash App?
Yeah. It was Walmart to Walmart. That's what was crazy about it. Because you got to know which Walmart it's supposed to go to. It was Walmart to Walmart. So it was a lot. It was a lot. We don't even think back. It was a lot. But she's asking, was it... It was Walmart to Walmart. She's asking, was it necessary for Diamond to tell the detail of the money going to Colombia and not to Roro?
Okay, so was it Messy disclosing that it accidentally ended up in another country and not to the state?
Ran with it, and now they're like, oh, Nitra's get. That's what she was asking. Yep.
Got you. Again.
It wasn't Auntie Nene's fault. So it's like, but when you put that out there like that, first of all, it's not our business, okay? Wait until you get in touch with her. You put that out there like that, the people that didn't like Nitra instantly started making it into something that it wasn't.
Yeah. Were they able to get the money back or no?
Yeah, she got the money to her. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Happened was, and I'm trying to be literally the most unbiased when I'm saying this. I'm literally saying exactly what happened, y'all. What ended up happening was Nitra ended up coming out of her own pocket, because the money got tied up in limbo. So while the money was, they was figuring it out, she came at her own checking account and she was able to send like maybe $2,000 one day, and the next day she was able to send $1,500 more. So Nitra, spent her own money and then she recuperated those funds back.
Got you. The error money.
Exactly.
Okay. So, with a little more context, should it have been disclosed that it was an error? Probably not. Probably not. Why was it disclosed? Why was the error disclosed? That's a really good question. It's probably a question you need to ask Diamond. I couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why. Again, it's without seeing those clips, it's really hard to like make an assumption. You know what I mean? Like that's why when I used to recap, the clips were important because like then you can pick up tone, you could pick up shade, you could pick up somebody being messy. It's hard to pick that up with storytelling, but yeah, should it have been disclosed? Probably not. Not without at least allowing Nitra to sleep, wake up and correct the error. Right. That's probably without hearing the context of what she said, it's hard to give, it's hard to say if it was shade or not. Somebody keeps asking about a Halloween party.
Hey, Jay, we don't have time for a play with her.
Okay.
I'm trying to read the comment. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to.
Somebody said, I'll read you the comment. I have it here. Somebody said HB talks about you stealing money for a Halloween party.
Gotcha. I see it. That never happened.
About me. That's AJ.
Ooh.
She's been harassing me all day.
Okay.
AJ, just come from your main page, stupid. There's Roro.
Roro, I'm really sorry about what happened to your home. I had no idea, and I'm really hoping you have been able to recoup some of the things that you've lost. I had no idea that it even happened to you. I'm really sorry, Roro. What's up, Omar? What's your next question? I feel like I'm ready. I ain't had nothing to drink. I should go get some.
Good. I'm about to have to give me a little bottle if it ain't closed yet. Shit.
You're welcome, Roro. We're waiting on the next question.
The comments are so good in here right now. I'm trying not to read them. They're asking.
You can read the comments while we wait for the next question.
All right, I'll read a couple of y'all's messy comments. I will. And if y'all have any messy questions that y'all want to ask, please feel free. Oh, Jesus.
You guys can Cash App them your questions. I don't know if you guys, if your people are here, if your Dangerettes and your Braid Kingdom are here, but they are more than welcome to spam the comments with your Cash App tags. And if they want to,
if y'all know my CA, drop it down there, y'all mods. Do that one thing.
Your messy mail. You guys, you're asking me questions. I feel like everybody should be able to eat a little bit. Go
I agree,
ahead.
Nosy. I
Yes,
agree,
I
Nosy.
am
They don't got too many people like us, Nosy. They don't got too many people like us, Nosy. Moderators, drop it downstairs. Kingdom Braider. Look at Bree down there dropping it. There's a messy question about Bree. So you know Bree's been going. HB, may I do this?
CA. Yeah,
May I do this,
you do,
HB?
babe.
Okay. So you know Bree and HB, you're aware of their history, right?
Briefly, I know they dated.
So they dated. They've had a rough little bit of turmoil and everything. Bree has been known to be a spy for HB on a lot of things. You familiar with AJ, the creator?
Yeah, I know AJ.
Got a
I know
hard
AJ.
face.
I know AJ.
Okay. So AJ did this little boots on the ground protest. It was very good. Bree rode with her, and she had HB in an AirPod the whole time spying on AJ. And then, you know, when Chef Foxy just went down there, Bree spied on Chef Foxy and ran back everything to HB as well. So then, not only those two things, a situation happened where Bree and HB got into it, right? And HB posted Bree nudes all over TikTok. We saw Bree's titties, and they were on the bathroom sink. So my question is, after all that's said and done, Bree is still in here dropping the Cash App and sending so much money to HB. How do you feel about
Just
that?
sent me that CA.
Downstairs,
That's how
though.
I feel about that. I feel like that is their
Are you
relationship.
mad that she's dropping my Cash App down there?
You guys can. If you want to send them messy questions, you have to Cash App them. You can't just blurt them in the comments. Nobody's going to read them. So you can't ask me how I feel about a relationship dynamic between two women. That is their relationship, Braid. I know you.
So
I know
you
you're fighting to defend Chef Foxy in this instance.
No, this
but-
has nothing to do with Chef. This has nothing to do with Chef. This has nothing
It's
to do
just
with
have
Chef.
everything to do with him body shaming Bree because he don't like her. They ain't got nothing to do with
Body
Chef.
shaming
He
Bree?
been doing
You
that
was-
all day.
Hold on,
I
wait,
ain't
wait,
got.
wait,
I ain't, that don't
wait.
got nothing to do with me.
Are you mad that we saw Bree's titties that you posted?
No, I'm just saying.
There
you
would
been
be
on
no
her-
body to
you been
shame
on
if you
her
didn't post
body
it?
all day. You been.
Would
on
there be
all
a body
day.
to shame? Because Bree, I mean,
Can I
all
ask
day
you a
has been
question,
about
Braid?
Chef
Is there a
and
reason why you don't like Bree?
I love Bree.
Yeah.
That's my sister. That's my sis.
Huh?
I fuck with Bree. That's my sis.
All day.
I wasn't talking to you, HB. She asked me a question. I fuck with Bree. That's my
Okay, so can I ask you a follow-up question?
sis. You can ask me as many as you want.
Okay, so when you say show your face, breaking. When you say that Bree is your sister, why did you make defamatory statements about where her breasts hit the sink? Why would you say it like that? If she's still your sister, why make?
See the picture?
I did not see the picture.
We can ask the comment cousins. Was Bree's titties on the sink? They were. That's where they were.
And if they were, why mention it?
That's where they were. I was describing the picture to you.
You don't have to describe the picture. You can just say HB showed a nude photo of Bree. The end, right?
Okay.
That you don't have to
HB
describe-
showed a nude photo of Bree. The end.
But I'm asking you, if she's your sister, why describe the photo?
Why not describe the photo? If it was you, I would describe it. If you was my sis, I would describe it.
He called
If it
a
was
lot of
me, I would
women on
describe
the
it.
app. Bray calls a lot of women on the app his sister and his friends say he talk about and he don't really like. So that's just
Like
Braid,
you say, right?
right? Like he does me. Like it's just Braid.
Okay,
We
so
just,
this is
we
how-
just accept him for who he is, and we just love him just for being him.
okay.
Clock in.
Okay,
Glad
so
you-
I'm just learning more. I'm learning more about how you don't ever call me your sister.
I would never call you my sis, Nosy. I wouldn't consider you my sis. You
I
would
don't
be
want
like
you
a
to say,
business
"Oh,
on
you
the
guys,
business.
I met my sister Nosy in Houston. Oh, and you know her shoulders are so wide, like a linebacker. Oh, that's just how I describe Nosy."
That's what Bree does. I don't do that. I never really come back to the app and say anybody stinks, smelly, or looks anyway. But I do make my observations of pictures that other people post. If it hits the app, I'm going to make the observation just like anybody would about me as well.
Okay, so you're not gonna say nothing about my.
But I would never. I haven't brought anything back to the app, and I've been around plenty of TikTok women that I could say a million things about.
Okay. So what is your next follow-up question? If I don't know if you received any cash apps that you want to ask, or if people are just supporting you as interviewers, because that's how interviewers are supposed to be. They're supposed to be supplemented. So please, you guys tap the screen. There's 2,300 of you in here. Share the live. Don't share with nobody I don't like. Help me hit my live goal, and please give.
Perfect.
Okay.
That just helped me with another question. There it is right there downstairs. Who got to be stopped? They're enjoying this thoroughly. You said don't share it to anybody I don't like. Who are some people that you don't like?
I always say that because a lot of celebrities follow this page. So I always say don't share it with anybody who.
I know, but I'm asking you. The question is, who are some people that you don't like?
Candy Burris, I don't like her.
On MessyTok.
On MessyTok, who I don't like. I mean, I feel like I like everyone. I feel like I like everyone with respect, right? I give everyone respect on MessyTok who I like, so I always just do my best to just be impartial. So I don't dislike anyone. But I want to make another statement too. I also there's this thing that goes on around MessyTok that I've never quite understood. And I've only seen it over here. I've never seen it on any other facet of live streamers on TikTok. But MessyTok, there's this it's like this, like everybody's trying to like hold the crown seat of who cannot make friends. And let me just explain that to you. So like there's this thing on MessyTok where people are like they advocate on, you can never make friends. Nobody's my friend. I'm not friends with anyone. It's like, I've never seen that because there's other portions of live stream that I watch where people don't even meet up with each other and they consider each other like tried and true friends and they remain those friends. And I've watched a lot of live streamers do it. I've seen them do it on Twitch. I've seen them do it on Facebook, but there's something about MessyTok where I don't know if there's like disdain or distrust in a lot of people, but people just will, and I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people hang out together. I've seen a lot of people throw events and people hang out together. I've seen people get dinner and brunch together and do all of these excursions on all of these different type of trips and take all these photos together, you know, send people stuff to their, you know, to help them move, to help their Amazon wish list, to Cash App them for support. And they're like, you're not my friend. So I'm just curious as to why a lot of people build bonds together, but ultimately just will like, is calling someone your friend like the highest tier that you could be, right? A husband is not the highest tier, or a wife is not the highest tier, a spouse, a person you purchase a home with, is that not higher? Is why do people on MessyTok put friendship at this such high level, like, and you had to be able to break so many barriers to get there? That's my question.
Because I think they witness how easily people fall out on this app, regardless of the history, regardless of the amount of time they spent together, regardless of the bonds that they may have with one another's children and shit like that. I think that when you witness too much of that, how could you be so vulnerable and just, I don't know, like, and some of us just fucked up. We got trust issues like me. So
I feel like it depends on your reasoning that you come here for. Like, some people aren't here to make friends. Some people aren't here to be friendly. Some people are here to network. Some people are here to gain connections. Some people are here just to cuss motherfuckers out. So motherfuckers is here to make friends and gain networking and connections. They're going to do just that. But I do feel like, again, we're in a realm of, it's the type of people too. Like, these are dealing with a whole bunch of crazy ass motherfuckers at the same time. So it's like, who's going to want to be friends with crazy motherfuckers? And then at the same time, we see how we do over here, respectfully. Like, everybody can see how the fuck motherfuckers do with their friends over here, face ass. So it's that. I did. I'm on here. Things too, by the way. I got a messy message upstairs, and then I seen a messy comment downstairs. HB, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, why did she want T and Chef to split up so bad?
T and Chef?
Yeah.
Who want that?
Why
Chef?
did you want T and Chef to split up so bad? I will say this. I'll reveal my people. They came from Poozy. So Poozy asked me. And I will say that I'm assuming that she's saying because I think her mission on your show was to split them up or something. I don't know.
Hold on. Why would you reveal such an anecdotal question for free? It's crazy, but go ahead.
Okay, I want you to go ahead and now, why did you want them to split up?
Who? That's for Heartbreaker?
He asking you, why did you want?
It ain't for me. I guess it's for you. And
why did you want T and Chef? Quit asking Nosy. Why did Nosy bystander want Tea Time and Chef Foxy to break up?
I've never advocated for the breakup of their friendship ever. So that's a great question from Poozy. Shout out to Poozy, but I've never advocated for the ending of their friendship. Their friendship dissolved on its own. Their friendship had its own cracks, unfortunately.
I remember Poozy telling us a story one time, and Poozy said that when she was supposed to do the reality show or whatever, I guess everybody had their different storylines or whatever. I don't know what it was, but I think she said that you told her job was to break them up. and make sure that they weren't friends.
That is not true. That is not true. So we had already finished. We hired a scriptwriter because, again, reality shows are real, but you have to have a scriptwriter write them. That was never written. That was never written ever anywhere. And I still have the script for everyone's parts, scenes, restaurants that we've got a written consent to shoot in. That was never a scene. Poozy was added to the show because when Tea Time was out of the show, Diamond suggested her. She's like, hey, I know this cast member who would be great. And Diamond suggested Poozy. She did. So I was like, okay.
Suggested Poozy. Got it. I didn't know that detail. Okay. Somebody said, what do you think about the Rico that AJ has all the comic cousins on?
Like a civil Rico?
We did cover that story already, you guys.
So what's your opinion about that? You remember the Civil Rico they paying for the doxing or something? What do you think about that? What's your opinion?
I did discuss that when I got that story, which it's interesting.
Hey, me.
Because the comic cousins are really important to they're important to TikTok, right? Everybody has their role. Everybody plays their role on MessyTok. And so I feel like to I have to charge my phone. Comfort comic cousins, right? In regards to how AJ might feel about them, it might not be good because it's your core support. It's your core. It's the people who are going to share your life. It's the people who's going to, support your lives, support your Cash App goals, support your, just the way that you are to be able to be presented as a live streamer. And so to come directly for them, I just feel like if you run your live stream as a business, it's probably not good for business.
My thing is this though, but the thing is though, you would have never had a chance to sue somebody for something they didn't even know what they were even prepared for. That's like me subscribing to Zeus Network, and I don't know that on the 4th episode of season 6, somebody's going to get unalived. So you're going to sue me because had I not paid for the subscription to Zeus Network wouldn't be able to thrive. I'm blindly subscribing. I don't know what's coming up on the episodes. Every time that I am about to do my big one and I have a person pay for tea or whatever, all they know is that it's tea. And all they know is I'm about to eat. They don't know how I'm about to eat. They don't know what kind of tea it is. They don't know what the tea consists of. They could be subscribing to me because they think I'm funny, or they could be subscribing to me because they know I'm bi. They could be subscribing to me for whatever reason. There's no way for you to prove that the only reason that they subscribe it's because I was about to dox an address that you have been evicted from 2 weeks prior. There's just no way. So at that point, it's nothing. At that point, you're just threatening the comic cousins on some intimidation shit because they're supporting somebody and not you. And that's just it. That's all I can come up with.
Yeah. It's just to again, you don't, whatever the premise was of your live stream, if you just told people, everybody sub to me, get ready for this. It's hard to be able to place the blame on the comic cousins for subscribing for entertainment, right? Because then we could say that about every entertainment industry, right? We say it about podcasts. We could say it about films. Like when I go purchase a movie ticket, I don't know what I'm going to get. I know I'm going to get this set of characters, but what they're going to be doing, I'm not entirely sure. That's why I paid the ticket. And so you understand what I'm trying to say? It's just, it'd be a if she feels as though she has a case, I think she should try it. But I just feel as though being a content creator, right? Because we hear that term all the time, content creator. Being a content creator, there's a certain amount of things you can't do that will fuck up your money. And me, I'm just about my money. I'm just about making my money so I don't have to go back to work. So my goal every day is to make my money. Again, I'm not a live streamer, so being on live stream to me is really just fun and being able to expand my audience and being able to give the people who watch me on the For You page a little bit more in-depth details of stories, right? But at the same time, though, it's my business. So I'm always constantly looking out for the best interest of my business. My business is For You page. My business for live streaming is to expand my audience. And in turn, I have to kind of roll out the red carpet for the people who arrive. I have to. I don't have a choice. I just don't have a choice. I have to. My duty is to the comic cousins, right? That is my duty. My duty is not to anyone else. My duty is not to this person who I'm telling a story about. My duty is not to TikTok, the company that literally takes me on so many brand trips. Like, my duty is really not to them. My duty is to ensure that I'm being entertaining to the Comic Cousins. That is my goal. So the Comic Cousins, like, it's again, For You page is different. They don't send me money, but they like and share. That is how the rent is paid. They like and share. That's how my health insurance is paid. Liking and sharing is how I pay my bills. So that's why I have a duty to the Comic Cousins. The Comic Cousins on a video or live stream, that's my duty. So I would, my biggest fear is pissing